Hi, today we're going to see how you can convert a Google document to a PDF file completely on automation. So as you can see, this is a Google document which I have created beforehand, which is kind of a PDF output invitation letter, which I want to send to multiple people in one click. So basically, I'll be using this particular Google document as the template file, and I already have an invitation database which I have created in Notion. So I'll be sending the invitation to these three people which I have created over here. So basically, the automation will run across all the rows of this Notion database, and it will create a PDF file for every row of data utilizing this exact Google document as a template file. So how exactly will this work? So first of all, we need to set up the Google document in our own account, and inside the document, we can use the placeholders like you can see over here. So I have created the first name as a placeholder, which I have created inside two double curly brackets. And similarly, I also have last name as a placeholder, which I have created inside two curly brackets on both sides. So the curly brackets is the convention which we are going to use to create a placeholder text. And I've created this exact same name, first name and last name as column reference in this database. So what it will do is it will fetch the first name value from this database and it will replace that value with the value that is present over here. Similarly, it will fetch the last name value from this database and it will replace the last name value from this database onto this document and create a PDF file for us. But basically, when the files will be generated, we need to store it on a Google Drive folder, which we'll be creating in a while and run this automation. So the very first thing which we need to do is head over to pdfoutput.com. This is the website which will help you create the automation process. Click on get started and it will redirect you to a new link where we will be running this automation on our own system. So just wait for a few seconds as it loads up the sign in page. If you do not have an account, click on sign up and simply enter your email address and the password and click on sign up. You will receive a verification link which you can check from your email inbox, which you would have entered over here. Make sure to check your spam folder or any other areas where the verification link might exist. Just copy and paste the verification link and you will be signed up quickly. So I've already signed up, so I'm going to quickly sign in. So I will just enter one of my account details to sign in. So click on sign in and just wait for a few seconds as it takes a time to load up the entire view. So here we have it. So first is we need to give the database URL. So I'll just go to the invitation database, copy the URL from the top and copy this and put it over here on this particular window. So I'll just put the database URL. Next is I need an API key. Now this API key will connect the database with PDF output tool. This is completely private and confidential to my setup, so the database will not be shared with anyone. Okay. So I'll just click on get API key over here and it will take me to a new screen, a new window where I can set up my own API key. Okay. So make sure you're selecting the correct account. So you can see I'm under the accountant guy workspace. So I need to select that particular account which I need to be in. So this is the particular workspace which I need to be in. As you can see, the exact ID is this ID which we are going to use. Okay. So choose the right ID for your use case and just click on new integration and give it a name. So let's say this is PDF output uh, testing key. Okay. Or maybe let's name it to invitation testing key so it becomes easy for me to find out. Choose the right workspace and click on save. Now click on integrations on the left. You can see the key available over here. Click on this and click on show. You will be able to see the entire API key visible. Click on copy and put that key over here in the API key field. Okay. Now one more thing which you need to do is go back to the database and click on the three dots on the top right. Click on connections and here you can type the API key, which is invitation key. Click on this and click on confirm. So this allows the access to the database through this API key which you created and we can run the automation later on. Now I have used only the title property and the text property. If you are going to use relation property, make sure the other database which is connected through relation is also connected with the same API key which you just created over here. So all the databases which you are going to use through relation, make sure all the databases are connected with the same API key which you just connected over here. Okay. So next is we need the Google document URL. So I'll just go to this Google document and I will copy the URL from the top and I'll put it over here. But that's a very important thing which we need to do. We need to share this document with a particular email ID so that we can run the automation properly and it can generate the PDF file. So click on share and just enter an email address inside this field. Okay, so for this, just click on copy share URL. This will automatically copy the URL and just go back here and paste that URL over here. Okay, so I'll just control V or command V to paste it. And you can see this is the exact email ID which we need to use, which is notion for my use at the rate gmail.com. This is the email ID which has the particular profile picture of mine. And this will allow you to run the automation on your end. You don't need to worry about all the access and stuff. Once the automation is completed, you can remove the access and you can stay in privacy. Okay, but during the automation, when it is running, we need to give access to this particular email ID, otherwise the automation will not work. So this is really important. And click on send and make sure you give the edit access to this, otherwise it won't be able to edit the Google document on your end. Okay, click on send and basically we have given access. You can see access updated, and if you click on share once again, you can see that this particular email ID has been given the edit access for the document. Okay, so this ID needs to be given the edit access. So once this is done, we need to copy the URL of the Google document and put it over here, which we have already done. Finally, we need to create a drive folder where we'll be sharing all the PDF files. Okay, so just go to your Google Drive and click on new and click on new folder. Okay, so let me create a new folder over here where we are going to store all the files. So let me repeat that once again. Let me just click on new and create a new folder. So I'll click on new, I'll click on new folder, and I'll give the name. So this is like invitation PDF files. I'll click on create. Okay, as soon as I do that, you can see it automatically created this invitation PDF file. I also need to give the share access to the same email ID. Okay, so I just need to again copy the same link. I need to right click and click on share and click on share once again. And you need to again share the same over here. So control V or command V to paste the email ID. Make sure you have the editor access, otherwise the files won't be created. Okay, click on send. So once the automation is complete, you can remove this sharing access from the document as well as the folder, and you need not worry about it anymore. Okay. So I'll keep this folder open, and once you open it up, you can see that the access has been shared, and you can see this email ID is showing over here with the editor access. This is very important. Okay. So both the Google document as well as the folder has a access to this particular email ID. So let's copy the folder URL. So I'll just copy this folder URL completely. I'm inside this invitation PDF file, and just go back and I will paste that URL over here. Okay. If you are not sure about this exact ID, just go back to my drive and you can see this invitation PDF file or whatever it is. Click on this, right click, click on share and click on copy link. Okay, it will get the link of the particular folder and you can paste it over here. So if I paste that link over here, it also gets the exact same link. Okay. Now we can click on generate PDF and it starts processing the file. It also gives us this link to click here to check the progress. If you click on this, it will take us to the same folder which we have created. Okay, and let's wait for a few seconds as the automation runs through. So once all the files are processed, you will be able to see the files appearing over here one below the other. Okay, it takes a while to generate the PDF file, so you can just refresh in between, and you can see it has already created three files. Okay, so the last file is getting processed, and once all the three files are processed, we can just check out the output. So you can see it has already generated three files. We can click here to view the file. So if you click here, it takes us to the same folder which we created, and all the three files have been saved. Notice the files have been named as per the title property. So whatever is the title property in the database, it will automatically be named as per that. So if we open up this particular file, you can see the name is appearing as Bikash Kampo. This is fetched from the database that we have over here, Bikash Kampo, which replaced the first name and the last name that we had put in the document. Similarly, if we check the second file, we got Sanat Biswal. If we check the last file, we got Satabdi Patra. So we have all the three files generated for all the rows. This is very easy and simple to set up. We only need to give the share access to this particular email ID, which we can already find if we click on copy on the share link. And we also need to give the share access to this folder where we're going to create the PDF file. And obviously, we need to connect the database with the API key which we created. And this is completely private and confidential. None of this will be accessible anywhere. Okay. Make sure if you're using relation properties, connect the relational database with the same API key as well. This was a simple demonstration to just showcase how this will work. So we quickly generated three PDF file utilizing this Notion database with the help of the information that we have over here and with the help of this sample Google document template which we have created over here. This is really simple and easy to use. I hope this helps you out. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. If you have any questions, you can definitely contact me with the same email ID which you can find over here. So just reach out to me at the same email ID and send me a message with your queries, whatever you are having. I'll be happy to help you on this. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye bye.